It's not going to be okay because no one likes me on this app. Everyone wants to find out where I live. Everyone wants to find out where I am, and it doesn't stop.
For most musical theater fans, Wicked is an inspiring story of standing up against injustice. But for 22-year-old TikTok creator Elphaba, the musical did not just inspire her, it became a lifelong obsession she twisted into an internet circus. Rising to viral infamy in 2020, Elphaba built an online empire out of pure chaos, dramatic outbursts, and jaw-dropping entitlement, from claiming fake medical diagnoses and weaponizing threats on live streams to allegedly defrauding her own fans out of gender transition funds. Elphaba has pushed the boundaries of what the internet will tolerate. As real-world consequences began canceling her public appearances, and even the Wicked social media page explicitly distanced itself from her brand, Elphaba shifted from a defiant villain to a victim seeking pity. The people around her told the same story. Every friendship she entered eventually collapsed. Every collaboration ended in public fallout, and every controversy she caused was immediately followed by a new excuse for why it was everyone else's fault. When you put the full timeline together in one place, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. This is the tragic, chaotic, and heavily documented downfall of TikTok's most polarizing performer. Every internet meltdown has an origin story, and Elphaba's was not always as bad. It began at age 8, when she attended a performance of Wicked for the first time. The experience did not just create a fan, it created someone who built an entire identity around a fictional character she did not create, eventually going so far as to legally change her name to Elphaba Orion Doherty. So she started to sing it every time and everywhere, whenever she got the chance to do that in school. Later, Elphaba came out as a trans woman, and that was not so easy on her. In one of her Instagram posts, she detailed the struggles she faced after coming out. I don't know how to word this, but before I had a platform and I came out as a pie woman to my family. At first it wasn't taken well. I suffered a lot of trauma and pain emotionally. I was bullied a lot in my town, degraded for being different. I'm a crazy, weird person, but I'm so happy that Lamb and I wouldn't change it. To this day, I still get hate people saying I'm not a real woman, that I'm a mockery to woman. Even other trans people have come at me and said I'm not a part of their community. Well, that's all online. The real people I've met in real life who are trans, who are LGBTQ+, they have been nothing but the kindest to me and accepted me. I feel so honored that I am where I am today. Still alive, still fighting, still going strong. From tiny little old me being inspired by Elphaba Throp for Wicked_musical. Because she was different, she thought for herself, stood up for others, and always followed one rule. Not playing by the rules of someone else, but only her rules in herself. I'm so proud to be transfernale. Not because it looks fancy and trendy, no. I'm proud to be who I am. I'm proud to be free. I'm proud to stand up for trans rights, and I always will. To all my followers, whether you love me or hate me, I have to say I love you and I see the good in everyone. And your beauty, Will. Wicked helped her navigate these tough times. In her own words, describing what the show means to her, the show saved her life, and so it is a way of life for her.
Saved my life so many times, and the obsession that I have, it isn't an obsession. It's a way of life for me, which is not a bad thing. It's like a coping mechanism. It's a safety net. It's a support system for me. And I know that's not a good thing to have, but Defying Gravity is like a song that lifts you up. That's why I'm still here. It's because I've seen all these Elphaba.
She started making content on a platform called Likey before TikTok, but was eventually banned for a year for behaving inappropriately on camera. Her own explanation of why she did it was telling. She felt that because she saw everyone else being predatory on the app, she thought it was allowed and normal. This showed a broken moral compass and a deeply flawed life principle.
I have to do it because I saw other people do it. I weren't banned for it, so I was like, why not try it? And I got banned for just touching my I didn't actually show it, but okay.
I was just having fun, and it's like, I swear Likey's like an 80+ thing anyway, so I got banned for a year, by the way. Yeah, no. I'm gonna probably start another Likey. I'm banned for a year on, Likey for that.
I didn't know it wasn't allowed though.
When she moved to TikTok in 2020, her content revolved entirely around Wicked, performing Defying Gravity on live and in public spaces, and it was a wig-snatching incident that truly launched her profile.
Come on then. You treated someone like this. You've made me feel so fucking shit. Thank you.
We'll help you as soon as we can.
me now.
During an interview with Ed and Harves, she mentioned that a hate crime was how she got big on TikTok.
That's how I got big, from that incident, and that got me over 30,000 followers, crazy amount of people, and I mean, I didn't even...
The incident was not her fault. In fact, no one should ever be subjected to such a hate crime, but rather than using the sympathy to build something constructive, she recognized that emotional spectacle was a faster route to attention than actual performance, and she started leaning into it hard. To bolster her musical authority during this period, Elphaba began claiming she held an official Guinness World Record for performing Defying Gravity more times than anyone else alive, saying she had sung the song over 100,000 times on TikTok Live and had 40,000 recordings stored as proof.
I think I have the record for the most Defying Gravity song in the world. I actually think if I spoke to Guinness World Records, I actually think I would have the world record. I think I've sang it over 100,000 times on TikTok Live. And I think I've actually sang... I've got 40,000 Defying Gravity recordings recorded and as proof.
One YouTuber, PY1DEY, did the math. To hit 100,000 performances, she would have had to sing the song 55 times per day, every single day, for 5 straight years without any breaks. The irony is that even her command of the show she claimed to represent was questionable. When viewers quizzed her on basic facts about Wicked, she consistently failed. In one live stream exchange, she admitted plainly, "I know Elphaba's in the show, and I don't know the key. I don't know. I'm not normal." Her excuse ultimately is that she is not a music person like that. The Wicked obsession was never really about the show. It was about an identity she could perform, and the claim she built around it set the template for everything that followed. Exaggeration layered over exaggeration, and none of it backed by anything verifiable. What that template looked like when applied to medical diagnoses was significantly darker, and would define how the internet came to see her for the next several years. If the Wicked persona gave Elphaba an identity, fabricating serious medical conditions gave her a shield she could raise whenever accountability got too close. And like many TikTok lolcows, she believed that having numerous medical conditions was the next cool thing. Her first major foray into this involved claiming an autism diagnosis, a diagnosis she used as both a sympathy mechanism and a ticket into Autism's Got Talent, a show created exclusively for autistic performers. She went on the show with Jack, who was her friend at the time. Later in the video, we will look at her relationship with Jack and how quickly it went sour. Jack, unlike Elphaba, stated this and had a verified autism diagnosis obtained through proper clinical channels. After the fact, she tried to blame Jack for the deception, claiming she had pressured her to participate, and that she had only gone because she felt bad for Jack.
Jack, back in the day, that wasn't my fault. The problem is I did say to him, this doesn't feel right to go on the show because I'm not diagnosed. He said, if I don't go on the show, he would have a meltdown. He's autistic himself, it would stress him out. He organised it all, he's put so much work into this that it would stress him out if I didn't go on. And it just feels like I felt bad, so I did go on.
After that, she then made a post saying, "Jack told me to lie and to say I have autism. I didn't apply for it, Jack did, and he wanted to go on with me. I said to him I don't have a diagnosis yet. He said, still, go on, no one will know. I was uncomfortable, but I still went along with it. I'm not making that up, as that's bluntly honest." Jack's mother came online to rebuke this directly, stating that Elphaba certainly wasn't forced into going on to Autism's Got Talent or anything. That was a complete and utter lie.
Certainly wasn't forced into going on to Autism's Got Talent or anything. That was a complete and utter lie.
When pressed on the lie, Elphaba ultimately admitted it. "I lied about being diagnosed with autism, and that's damaging."
And I'm known for singing Defying Gravity. I'm known for having my wig snatched off my head.
I just followed you. Wait, you said you said you've lied about having autism?
Yes, I lied about being diagnosed.
But she could not admit it cleanly, layering the admission with arguments that self-diagnosis was valid, that she was still waiting for a formal assessment, and that the NHS was to blame for not seeing her faster. I own up. And for that, I am sorry. I've been told to lie by other people and to carry it on, which is true, but I chose to do it. I shouldn't self-diagnose, but I have been referred for this and waiting on an answer. It's been 2 years, so I'm just getting fed up of waiting as I did the test in 2019. What made the admission stranger was the evidence she offered for believing she was autistic in the first place. She told viewers,
And it's not NHS, it's a private company, because I got referred from Right to Choose. Because I remember I said to the GP when I was in, all the way back down there, I said, I don't want to wait years and years for this. And they're like, okay, we're going to refer you. And they said, what's going to help waiting list? They said something about helping waiting list, it's going to be quick. And I was like, okay, hopefully you can see me. And then they referred me. And then I got a call a year later, and I didn't understand what it was. And I got the call here. I was like, hello? And they were like, yeah, this is autism assessment. Do you want to get booked in? I was like, whoa, hi, okay, what? And I totally forgot about it. You know what I mean? It's proven. No, I've always shown it on the app. I showed where they said I can collect my autism report in reception.
that is simply delusional. Not just that, she once argued that getting along well with autistic people constituted evidence of her own autism. The problem was not only the fact that she self-diagnosed with autism, but that she saw nothing wrong in claiming this medical condition as though it were a trophy.
I am suspected autistic. Suspected. I think I have it. Self-diagnosis is a valid thing in the UK due to the whole waiting list. So if you don't like that, then you will say that to thousands of people out there that say the same thing as me. But the difference is I'm online about it.
Tourette syndrome was the next diagnosis she reached for. She began displaying what she described as involuntary tics on live streams, something viewers noted she had never shown in years of prior content. In fact, she once said her tics were because of her autism, basically saying that she had Tourette's because she had autism.
I do suffer with genuine nervous tics, and I mistake that as Tourette's and self-diagnose myself, which I shouldn't have, because it made a mockery of the community back then. I was very naive and I was very stupid. I made a lot of mistakes, and I'm sorry about that, and I won't say that now. And now I know what the tics are. It's actually my autism, so it's like a stimming thing that I do. And yeah, I'm sorry, and I would never ever want to offend any community. I never would. I'm sorry about that, and I'll continue to say sorry. And you know, we make a lot of mistakes growing up, and I wouldn't do that now, would I, at all? So
she was confronted directly by Jody, a real Tourette's awareness advocate, who dismantled the claims in a joint stream. Jody told her plainly, no GP would have said they weren't sure about Tourette's, because you have to be 12 months having tics to be called Tourette's. That's bollocks, mate.
Why are you doing it?
Oh, no, let me say this. So basically, I went to a GP, right? And
I'm not talking about autism, by the way.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, of course, absolutely understand. So sometimes I have anxiety, right? So I'm diagnosed with anxiety. And basically I squeak and jitter uncontrollably sometimes. I've done it off live. My mum has seen it herself. And I asked the doctor, is this Tourette's? And they said they're not 100% sure, so they had to put me in, TalkWorks. It's a service. Let me show you.
Before you carry on, can I just say that no GP would have said they weren't sure about Tourette's, because you have to be 12 months having tics to be called Tourette's. So there's no way any GP will have said to you, we're not sure if that's Tourette's. If they thought you had tics, it would be a different story. But there's no way any GP said to you, yeah, we're not sure if that's Tourette's. It's just not, that's bollocks, mate. That's bollocks.
No, I was told this. I'm so sorry. I can show you my referral if you want to see.
I don't need to see referrals, the same as I wouldn't want anyone to ask for our referral.
Saying that she had autism, anxiety, Tourette's, and many others, anyone can see that she was just trying to rake in all the medical conditions she could. And Jody's advice was definitely timely.
But I do think that you really do need to reconsider the things that you share and the things that you say, because you are actually hurting a whole community of people in various ways. And time again, you're apologising for stuff, and you're not meaning what you're saying. Now, I've seen you on and off my For You page for quite some time, and I steer clear of all the drama, but now you've directly impacted my child who suffers with this disability. It's not a fashion statement, Elphaba. No. It's not.
She later admitted on a podcast, "I said I had Tourette's uneducatedly. I shouldn't have said that at all. I really shouldn't have, and I didn't realize how much of an impact that would cause on a community."
So I said I had Tourette's uneducatedly. So I remember saying I had Tourette's. I shouldn't have said that at all. I really shouldn't have. And I didn't realize how much of an impact that would cause on a community. So I do really apologize for that.
Well done.
And, you know, I wanted to just say, like, because I spoke to someone with Tourette's and they told me that tics, you know, there could be so many reasons why I have tics. It's not just Tourette's, because I thought that was just the reason, and I shouldn't have said that, because I said that very uneducatedly and very stupidly on TikTok. Be careful what you say on TikTok. Seriously, fuck hell. Honestly.
On top of the neurological claims, she also claimed at separate times to have IBS, gum disease, an abscess, and a seizure disorder, with one live stream showing what appeared to be a staged seizure. To force her audience into validating her erratic behavior, Elphaba has staged extreme live crash outs.
Because I generally have mental health problems, and when you take that away from me, I can't do it anymore.
She also used self-threats on livestream as a tool for audience control, a pattern that appeared regularly in her documented history. In one wide-circulated incident, she picked up a hairbrush, struck herself with it, and then dropped to the floor, and what commentators said was because people did not care about her.
It's not going to be okay, is it? It's not going to be okay, because no one likes me on this app. Everyone wants to find out where I live. Everyone wants to find out where I am, and it doesn't stop.
Then there was the scabies period. After contracting the highly contagious skin condition, Elphaba disclosed it publicly, and then continued moving around in public spaces, including public transport, restaurants, and clothing stores.
And I want you to say this right now. Stop talking about my fucking scabies. I am done with that, for starters. I am no longer contagious, okay? Let's move the fuck on. I am sick of it. Is that all you got to talk about? You know what I mean? If you're going to do that, I'm not going to record outside. So stop that as well. If you want content and you want me to stay live and you want to keep watching and you want to keep entertained, whether to laugh at me or to hate me or whatever, then just at least let me go the fuck out. Okay? Off live, not online. I will happily do that. I've done it yesterday. Don't want to do it. So stop.
In one store, she was filmed trying on clothes that would be returned to racks and handled by other shoppers immediately after she put them back. When confronted, her defense was that scabies cannot kill anyone, and she was entitled to go where I want. Even worse was what she said about the infection spreading to her friend, Chelsea Lee Art. Rather than expressing regret, Elphaba said on stream that Chelsea deserves it for previously mocking her hygiene struggles.
You know, I can't change her, obviously, but it's quite funny, to be honest, because she actually made fun of my skin condition. And she said, let's play dot to dot on Elphaba's face, and a 40-year-old woman saying that to her. Do you know what? I feel like if I was 17 years old, she'd probably still say the same thing, or 16 if I was 15 or something like that. So, in my opinion, she's going to get a taster of what it's like to live with a condition on the skin, and it's not going to be nice for her. She's not going to like it.
Her general hygiene was a consistent and documented concern throughout her public history. She admitted to going weeks without washing her hair. A spider was spotted crawling through it on a live stream, and lice were visibly present in another. A landlord posted photos after she vacated a property, showing the condition in which she had left it, including clothing with visible stains that she acknowledged were hers, attributing them to IBS rather than basic household neglect. Her response on the live stream was indicting.
Pants one day. Make fun of my condition all you want, darling. Do you know what? I couldn't give a rat's ass if you've seen skiddy boxes from my landlord, because do you know what? That was an accident. And do you know what? I couldn't give a flying. If you want to pick on me for my IBS, you can off your absolute. Because do you know what? You probably shat your box.
It got worse when her own mother was heard on a live stream pleading with her to take a shower rather than just straightening her greasy hair.
Well, I had one
This consistent pattern of health fabrication did enormous damage to the communities whose conditions she claimed to represent. It also created the conditions for what may be the most significant financial scandal of her career. Around the same time, she befriended Jack, another trans TikToker obsessed with Wicked, and the two began performing together regularly, creating live streams that generated genuine engagement. After Elphaba moved in with Jack and his mother, she blamed her lack of hygiene during that period on the demands of caring for him. The friendship briefly worked. People who covered the pair at the time noted it was one of the few periods Elphaba seemed to have something real to offer, rather than manufactured drama. In fact, the comment sections of her videos with Jack were sometimes positive. You see comments such as, "The Jack era was the best era. This needs its own version of the Eras tour." The friendship between Elphaba and Jack had been deteriorating for months before it finally ended, and when it did, the fallout went far beyond typical online drama. But cracks showed early. Viewers watching their joint streams noticed Elphaba consistently refused to sing, unless she was the sole performer, unwilling to share the spotlight even for duets she had agreed to do. Gravity, and soon I'll match them in renown. And nobody in all of us know me. One live stream from this period captured their friendship visibly deteriorating in real time, as she refused to perform a shortened version of a song and dismissed his suggestion outright.
Okay, let's just do the shortened version of it then.
That's not exactly a duet.
Oh, no way it is.
It's not. I get one, like 2, maybe 3 lines if I'm lucky.
You can be the guards and you can be...
Then it's not the shortened version.
No, it is.
It's not. It's not.
Oh, wait.
At one point, she started to get jealous of Jack, and when people called her out for being a bad friend, she recounted some of the things she had done for Jack.
And you had to have apple and sparkling water every single day, and I gave it to him. A shit friend would never do that. Do you understand? I lost my place in college because I had to look after him.
When the relationship with Jack had gone fully sour, Elphaba tried to portray herself as the victim, once making a video saying Jack's mom kicked her out of the house and wouldn't let her go on live to shine.
I'm being kicked out. Alright. Great. That's so great. That's so fucking great. I'm being kicked out. She just texted me. Oh, that's so great. Under her permission. I don't care if you're the landlord or not. Legally, I will go live. I don't care. This is my... I pay in rent. I paid $400. You're part of my family, guys. This is how I pay rent. So you're basically taking away all that privilege of me earning money on TikTok, and now you're not going to get rent money.
However, people would soon find out she was lying after Jack's mom released the text evidence. Jack's mother came online and confirmed this was a lie, noting that the family had in fact purchased Elphaba a toothbrush during her stay. She also said that her rift with Elphaba was not just that she had stopped Elphaba from going live as she had claimed, but that she had told her to stop begging.
I did say there was going to be no begging. I saw the begging where she asked for gifts and was going to give them to people, and she didn't, and I said that had to stop. And it was only when she started begging again, and I said, that's got to stop. You can't do that in the house anymore. And she said, okay, I'm leaving then. I did not kick her out, and she chose to leave of her own accord.
Then in May 2023, Jack formally ended the friendship, posting a video in which he described the sense of relief he felt at being free of the relationship. However, she herself eventually admitted she was responsible and had ruined the one true relationship she had. She would come out to say that her wrongdoings were fewer than those of Jack, and Jack was in fact abusive and a bully.
All I'm saying is, it's like, if you think about it, y'all like say it's bullying, right? But none of you spoke out when Jack bullied me. Am I wrong? The haters, this is the haters or people, you know.
Jack, on the other hand, posted a video in which he spoke warmly of Elphaba.
Talk about what happened with Elphaba. For a long time now, I've struggled with just what happened. I've had flashbacks, I've had nightmares. There's a lot of stuff I'm not going to go into because I don't want to damage her.
The story did not end there. In November 2023, Jack posted a public statement revealing that he had been assaulted, and was only then processing what had happened, stating he had contacted the police. I recently realized that I was 5 AD a while back, and have been breaking over it. I just wanted to make this to show it happens to everyone, and if you're in a similar position, then see you. I can't bring myself to make a proper video about anything. Even though it was a while ago, this incident happened, heap feeling like I'm being dramatic. But I'm not being dramatic because it's serious all, that's been normalized. I've already reported the person who did it and be on referred for support, but want to say to anyone we has been through the same that you're not alone. I know you feel it, but you're not alone. It really isn't your fault, and no matter what happened, your pain is valid. I know I can't change anything, but I'm here if you want someone to listen. No names were attached to the post. Elphaba confirmed the allegation was about her by posting an Instagram story without being asked, writing, "If someone accuses me of something and the police aren't involved or convict me or arrest me, then it's lies and false." The situation was never officially resolved in the public record. The allegations remained open, and Elphaba continued to deny everything while simultaneously confirming that she knew exactly what they were about. Elphaba made no secret of her views on employment. She said directly, on livestream, that she was too famous for a regular job. This belief drove her to earn her income entirely through begging, and she was remarkably creative and relentless in how she did it.
You're in a financial situation where you can't afford to gift me, but you still support me. You can do this for free. You can double tap the screen, but if you can financially support me, do it! Let's get all the money!
She created a Discord server gated behind expensive gift tiers, kicking out anyone who stopped sending money. She set up a Cameo account, charging sometimes as much as $50 per birthday message. She walked around nightclubs with a physical card reader, charging fans £5 to take a photo with her. She raised her TikTok subscription fee from £5 to £50 overnight, claiming it was an accident, even though creators have full control over their subscription pricing. She also admitted that the card reader scheme was almost certainly illegal. When the discovery was reported, articles confirmed that obtaining a card reader requires registered business information, which Elphaba did not have. She described the scheme without any embarrassment.
What if you can't afford it? Then I do apologise, I won't be taking a photo of you. So what I'll do is from now on, I'll hold out a card reader. That's what I'll be doing, and it'll be a £5 photo. I'll make a fucking fortune, to be honest. It's a clever way of doing it. And if people can't afford that, and they're just gonna, laugh, I'm like, bye, see you later.
But the biggest single financial controversy in her career was the GoFundMe she set up for gender transition surgery, tearfully asking her audience to contribute toward what she described as life-changing, urgently necessary medical care.
I want to be a woman. And I feel so much more comfortable and happier and safer.
And on her GoFundMe page, she wrote, "Hi, my name is Elphaba Orion Doherty. Lamb finding it hard to find funds to move and have a new fresh start for my mental health, as I cannot be living with my mum anymore. Anything would help. And Lamb grateful for everyone's support who shares it and support. I'm trying to save up as much as I can to move. When I move away, I'll be planning on working and having a new fresh start. This will seriously 100% be going towards my new fresh start so that I can help myself. I know there are bigger problems in the world right now. I'm just trying my best and trying to start fresh as soon as possible. Donations are extremely appreciated. I'd be so grateful. Thank you for reading. Have a blessed 2025. The campaign raised over £10,000, but surgery never happened. Once the massive donations cleared, the promised surgery never happened. Elphaba used the crowd-funded money to buy hormones, purchase gifts for her mother, and fund lavish vacations traveling around the world. When her core fanbase demanded strict financial accountability and receipts for the GoFundMe donations, Elphaba immediately deflected, releasing a video claiming she was actually the one who got scammed out of the money to avoid legal and social backlash.
When people say to me, about your GoFundMe for your transition, that was a £500 GoFundMe which I raised and I paid for Gender GP. I did that, and that was absolutely insane, because they fucking scammed me.
She also acknowledged a £37,000 tax debt from her TikTok earnings, confirming to her audience, "I'm in £37,000 of tax debt, yeah."
That's a tax debt, I'm £37,000 in tax debt, yeah.
She had received a £7,000 penalty specifically for failing to declare 4 years of income, and her explanation for the state of her finances was that she simply had not understood how the system worked.
How'd you get into debt that bad? Spending a lot of money that I wasn't used to, and I didn't know what to do with it, and I just kind of fucking went for it, and I was stupid about it, and I didn't even know that you had to pay tax on that, to be honest. Like, I just spent, because I wasn't used to that kind of money that I was getting. I wasn't.
So it was not surprising that the money she got for her surgery never went toward her surgery. Throughout all of this, the donations kept coming in. One viewer sent 9 lions in a single stream, a virtual gift totaling over $3,000. And Elphaba's reaction made clear she knew exactly what she was doing and how to keep the machine running. In fact, she said that she made about £73,000 in 2023 alone, and most of this came from donations and gifting.
Oh, I can tell you, I made £79,000 in a year, and that was in 2023 to 24. I've made around 150k, not 350k, 150k, I think around that. Like in total these years.
The money itself was never the most damaging part of this pattern. What was most damaging was that while she was extracting cash from adults through tears and emotional performance, she was simultaneously allowing minors to fund her through her streams and refusing to do anything to stop them. Before TikTok, Elphaba had been a significant presence in the Roblox gaming community, a platform built almost entirely around child users. Members of that community came forward with detailed accusations that she had scammed them out of valuable in-game items, and there were enough accounts for her username to appear in community scam warning lists. She herself even admitted to having scammed people in the past. Her online behavior around younger users continued on TikTok. She was discovered to have been active in group chats that included children as young as 10, using language described as wildly inappropriate for that setting. She then began a feature on her TikTok live streams called Profile Ratings, offering compliments and shoutouts to viewers who sent her gifts, a setup that quickly drew large numbers of minors into her streams.
A profile rate, a follow and a shout out in front of 2,500 people, and want me to compliment you, say me in the chat, and to get a guaranteed pic, send a fake smile.
Despite intense warnings from viewers and commentary channels, Elphaba actively refused to turn on TikTok's 18+ maturity filter, knowingly allowing minors to send her digital gifts and money. When confronted, she claimed she had no memory of the events, then falsely justified it by saying she was only 17 anyway at the time.
Good. Because I'm dumb in a group chat with 10-year-olds. So, I don't have any memory of this, but even if this was true, those dates, right, I was 17, so I'll be classed as a minor.
The entire Roblox fiasco was a mess because at some point, people even levied accusations against her being a predator due to how she acted on the platform.
Someone said you play Roblox, what that makes you? So you're saying every adult that plays Roblox is a predator? That's really funny, okay. So you're saying that every person that makes a Roblox game is a predator? That make sense because Roblox is actually made by adults and people make money from Roblox as well. I don't play it anymore because I have grown out of it, but I played Roblox when I was a child.
Her accumulated controversies reached a boiling point when a scheduled live performance at a major public pride event was cancelled by organizers amid public outrage. She announced a performance at Brighton Pride at a venue called Bar Broadway, generating significant attention in her community, only to be dropped by organizers after they received a flood of emails documenting her controversies.
Unfortunately, due to backlash, I will not be performing anymore at Brighton. Thank you so much for f***ing up for me. Thank you so much. Things up. Much! People are gonna laugh at it though, of course they are, because everyone laughs at me. Everyone fucking laughs at me!
The organizers issued a public statement saying, "Just to be clear, Elphaba will not be performing at the Bar Broadway stage for Pride in 2023, after someone wrote a detailed email to them highlighting all of Elphaba's wrongdoings and lies. She then attempted the same thing with Preston Pride, this time claiming the organizers had told her they did not care about any negative emails and that she was fully confirmed to perform. But Preston Pride's spokesperson came online and issued a flat denial.
That a certain individual, which we'll keep nameless because we don't want to be about that, but the person who is going around saying that they are booked and confirmed by us and have had correspondence with Preston Pride has not. This individual has not been booked by us and is not appearing at Preston Pride whatsoever, so absolute fake.
Another time, she also attempted to attach herself to a legitimate trans rights protest organized by activist Jackson Fye, going on social media to imply she was involved in the organizing or even trying to make it seem like she was the convener.
With all my trans people, I don't care who you are, if you're trans, you join me. I'm doing it. Because you know what? I'm sick of bullies, okay? And if loads of people in the government see that, and they're like, holy okay, I'd go on my own. I would say, do you know what? I'm gonna do this because it's not right.
The actual organizer was forced to clarify publicly and even completely separate the movement from her. This person consistently brings the transgender community into disrepute.
At number 10 Downing Street, in response to the comments that have been made by Rishi Sunak and the Conservative government, I feel and my management feel that something needs to be addressed. I want to put it out that it's me and my management team who are organising, hosting this on Wednesday. Had crazy amount of messages from people worrying about a certain trans influencer named Elphaba. We've been made aware that this person is broadcasting that they have organised the event and they are very much involved and they are at the forefront of this day of action on Wednesday, and I want to categorically say that that is absolutely not the case. This person consistently brings the transgender community into disrepute.
She did not attend the protest. On the day it took place, she was elsewhere, on a different live stream entirely. One of the most revealing aspects of Elphaba's story is not the controversy she generated on her own. It is how every single friendship she entered followed exactly the same arc. Chelsea Lee Art, known online as CLA, was a 42-year-old TikTok liver who became one of Elphaba's primary collaborators and eventually allowed her to move in. CLA herself admitted on livestream that she kept Elphaba around primarily for the clout boost. "I'd be stupid to let her go, sweetheart. I'm going to get way more clout if I stay in the zone, so I'm a clout chaser. I love all the clout chasing off Elphie." The living arrangement ended as most things with Elphaba did, with chaos, property damage, a scabies infestation spreading through the house, and a very public falling out. Also, Elphaba herself admitted that she was jealous of Chelsea.
Yes, people are jealous of her money because she's getting it for free. What? Laugh about it. Wouldn't you be jealous of £20,000? Fucking hell, you could buy a washing machine with that, couldn't you? There's people out here, me, like trying to hand wash and struggle. Disgusting.
Another figure in Elphaba's inner circle, known as Evil Queen, pursued a similar pattern of manufactured friendship. This came after Evil Queen had already been criticizing Elphaba in other streams. The performance of friendship was entirely calculated, but Evil Queen was not scared to call her out on her lies, especially on those related to her medical conditions, and the fact that she could have gotten her surgery done a long time ago.
Like, in reality, this is nothing. It's only a battle on TikTok, and I'm still making diamonds. I'm still number 9 in the UK, and...
Oh, thank you. Oh, I wish you nothing but kindness, everyone. Thank you.
You don't wish anybody anything. You've lied about having autism. You lied about having tics. You lied about having Tourette's. You've lied about being SA'd. The things you've done, and you think you're sitting there like the moral high ground. Thank you, Duds. Thank you, babes. Apology.
Thank you so much, honestly. You're amazing.
So there's no getting away from what you've done on this app.
Believe it.
Then there was Mamaz, a former friend who became an enemy, and eventually received a half-hearted apology from Elphaba that concluded with, "I'm sorry that you took that the wrong way." Elphaba also lived briefly with a TikToker named Jay Templeman. She wore the same unwashed clothes for days, until the house had a bedbug problem, and when he tried to help by washing them, she simply returned to her unwashed clothes anyway. When viewers began sending Jay more gifts than her during a joint livestream, she told the audience directly to send hers to make it even. Then there was this time she checked Jay's live comments and got depressed because she realized people did not like her.
Yeah, it's not fun being hated a lot. I wish I could not wish this on anyone. I'm so sorry that you don't like me.
She also gained moderator access to Jay's stream and used it to block high-gifting viewers and turn off the chat, seemingly unwilling to allow anyone in her vicinity to receive more attention than she was getting. The pattern is so consistent across every relationship she has had that commenting on any individual falling out almost misses the point. The pattern is the story. And through all of it, one person never left the background. Her mother, Maria, who contributed more than most people realized. Elphaba's mother, Maria, is not a passive background figure in this story. She appears regularly on live streams, defends her daughter loudly against critics, and admitted on camera that she was the one who suggested the transition GoFundMe.
Do you want honesty about this GoFundMe? It wasn't even my idea.
No, it's actually my idea. I said it. I said, you can't save up as well as keep spending, and that's the fucking truth. I said, why don't you make a GoFundMe on my fucking life? May God strike me down now. I fucking said it. It was my idea. I gave it a couple of days still, and I thought, fuck it. You get hate anyway. Fuck it. Get ready. Brace yourself. You're gonna get a shit ton of fucking hate. But who cares? Damned if you do, you're damned if you fucking don't. So fuck them.
Yeah.
People make GoFundMe for less and for worse and for lies. This is to help you, support you. If they want you out, if they need you gone, if the neighbours want you fucking gone, then what are they gonna complain? Just fucking fuck you and go fund me and fuck off. And then what you're gonna have?
The relationship between the two on camera is chaotic, marked by screaming matches, public arguments, and a blurring of emotional boundaries that commentator Cataclysm described as one dynamic explaining a lot about the other.
What have been done?
Okay.
Well, stop it.
Alright.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
No, what's wrong with you? Doing it, pushing me and just...
In February 2025, with the weight of her accumulated controversies pressing in, Elphaba launched a major campaign against what she described as a coordinated hate train, targeting her, naming a creator called Amber as the main instigator.
On the chalkboard. Don't fucking come for me, babe. Don't come for me. You're cam-toing me because you're obsessed with me. This is the only way you are relevant. This is the only way you are relevant. Muted them. No, I'm not. Let's cam to you then. No, not a burner account.
She live-streamed Amber's content, called her a bully repeatedly, and threatened to report screen recorders to the police. Her framing of the situation ultimately was that she was being bullied because she was an outsider.
That is what this is it. This is bitchy. This is what this is. A group of girls bullying me. I'm an outsider and what? Bully me all you want. Who cares?
When the arguments ran out, she sang Defying Gravity, framing it as an anthem for the bullied and the different, placing herself once again as the blameless outsider, standing against forces that simply could not understand her.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts.
By June of that year, the tone of her content had shifted again, this time into something quieter and more deliberately calibrated. She began opening live streams, not with outbursts, but with extended tearful confessions about loneliness and isolation.
So this is kind of like my way to let things out, because it's like, I've been in my room for a whole week, I've been lonely, not had a good week, even off live. And live was something that felt stable to me, you know, like company. So I didn't feel alone. So that's why I went live a lot, because it was part of my routine. And then when I take that routine away, it's like...
In one of these streams, she described spending a full week in her room and said that going live had become the one thing that gave her enough motivation to clean and complete basic tasks because of her depression.
It's very painful when you have depression. I know it's saying it's a pity party for people, but I've been in bed all week. My place has been really bad, and going live has helped me clean my entire room up. Talking to people.
She said, "I'm not a bad person. I'm just a very messed up person, damaged, hurt."
A bad person? I'm just a very fucking person. Damaged, hurt. Villains are not born, they're made.
She said, "All I want is just people to understand. I just want to be liked. I've only ever wanted to be liked." Ordinarily, anyone watching would feel pity for her and even start to worry about genuine mental health conditions. But then, this is Elphaba we are talking about. She hasn't exactly covered herself in glory over the years. She even acknowledged that she had set a bad example.
And I've grown up from a young age on this app, and I've set a bad example for the trans community as well. Some of it. I'm not putting all the blame on me because that isn't fair. Some of it I will take the blame for.
She described herself as an introvert who had only ever wanted connection, and framed years of aggressive public behavior as a defense mechanism that had spiraled out of control. But the problem with the pity pivot was the same problem that had followed every other version of Elphaba. The documented record did not support the new narrative. The GoFundMe money was still gone. The scabies trail was still documented. The Tourette's admission was still on tape. The internet, by this point, had been through the cycle enough times to know how it ended, and what remained on her social media made that very clear. Elphaba's current online presence is a strange combination of continuity and failed reinvention. She is still singing Defying Gravity. and then years after she self-diagnosed herself with autism, she recently posted what she presented as an official autism diagnosis, a document from an organization called YMS Halford Social Care.
I'm officially diagnosed as autistic type 1. My letter comes in a few weeks, so to anyone out there that has said I've lied about having autism, I'm now officially diagnosed. Thank you so very much.
Her body language announcing that she had autism was that of happiness. It was as though she had just won the lottery. YouTuber Jake Baz analyzed the document in detail and found multiple serious irregularities, broken formatting, grammatical errors, a diagnosis date falling on a Saturday when clinical organizations typically do not issue reports, and language that reads as AI generated rather than clinically produced. His conclusion was that she had probably given it to ChatGPT to help her out. She posted a video appearing to reference a period of sobriety, indicating substance use that had not been widely known or documented before.
I'm almost a month clean. Many
people were unsure of what she meant by sobriety, but she later came out to clarify what she meant.
I've been drinking, that's about it. I've just got hay fever because it's honestly horrific, this heat. This heat is horrific.
She began posting content suggesting she was being stalked, describing anxiety about people tracking her movements. She also began framing the majority of hate she received over the years as transphobia, positioning her documented controversies not as consequences of her behavior, but as evidence that the public simply targeted her for her identity. The transphobia defense is particularly difficult to take seriously, given the specificity of what is documented. The people who criticized her did not criticize her identity. They criticized a scam, a fake diagnosis, a contagious illness she knowingly spread in public, and the financial exploitations of grieving fans who believed they were funding a real medical need. She attended the Wicked film premiere in London dressed in a full green costume and face paint, and later told her audience that the director of Wicked had personally spoken her name and recognized her. During the Wicked premiere season, Universal issued a public statement that landed harder than anything the commentary community had ever said about her, completely distancing the franchise from her. Hi Katie, thank you for your message. Our fans and the community they create and foster are very important to us. Wicked across the globe has no affiliation with this fan, nor do we endorse any of their actions or statements. Kind regards, Chloe. Box office assistant, Apollo Victoria Theatre. Elphaba, stop lying. The theater Wicked is in told me yesterday they don't condone or have no affiliation with you or your actions or behaviors. Here's proof. The show that had been her lifelong safe space, the thing she had organized her entire identity around, had formally rejected her. She described that rejection with genuine grief in a live stream.
One will get, because it's not a creepy obsession, it's support. It's a support. It's a thing I can go to escape, so I can watch something that I love and that I know I'm not going to be judged there, and I know I'm just going to be safe there. So having people in the past trying to lie about me and make me seem out that I'm not, it's quite perfect for the show. It's a big stab in the soul. It's not a heart, it's a soul. It's a spiritual stab, because that has been my dream since I was a child. And having Wicked say that they don't want to be affiliated with me, it hurts. It really hurts, because I've ever only wanted to be liked. And if I could just
all in all, she is still on TikTok. She is still going live. She is still asking for gifts. And somewhere in a live stream right now, there's almost certainly a moment where the chat turns critical, the donations slow down, and a familiar piano intro begins to play. Elphaba's 6-year digital footprint is a stark monument to the toxic reality of modern cloud addiction. By turning identity, mental health, and contagious medical outbreaks into theatrical props for TikTok engagement, she managed to alienate both her critics and her fiercest supporters. Her story is no longer about a young performer chasing a West End dream. It is about a creator who used the shield of victimization to dodge accountability for financial fraud and boundary violations. Through her own actions, she has ensured that her internet legacy remains completely grounded in disgrace.